Good evening. Who am I here with?
So I'm Captain Rhonda O'Shea. I'm the commander of the Brunswick Composite Squadron for Civil Air Patrol.
And what is your role in the Brunswick Composite Squadron?
As commander, I make sure that we're following the regulations, that our cadets are safe, that our senior members are learning all the things that they need to do for their particular jobs and qualifications.
What opportunities are there for senior members within the Civil Air Patrol?
It's so much information, actually. They learn a lot about leadership and community service, but more than that, it's qualifications for emergency services, ground teams, rescues, and air crew. So in Civil Air Patrol, they can train to be scanners, observers, so using the radios in the airplanes, and also airborne photography. They actually get the same kind of equipment that you would learn in any airborne photography school, and you get it right through the Civil Air Patrol.
And how do you like being a senior member of the Civil Air Patrol?
I love it. It's just so many opportunities, so many different things to learn. Not only is there air crew and ground team, but you also learn a lot about incident command. So when there is an emergency that comes up in our communities, we can go and be part of that incident command using the radios, making sure that everybody gets safe and gets to where they need to be in a great, timely manner.
So I've heard a little bit about how there's a shortage of senior members in the wing, especially pilots. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Yeah, so Civil Air Patrol is all about training pilots and cadets. So we focus a lot on our cadet program, but the Civil Air Patrol senior member program is very vibrant as well. In the state of Maine, there are less pilots than there have been in the past, and so we're reaching out to get more senior members to be involved, and especially pilots. We have aircraft, we have cadets that want to fly. We need people to get in there and go on missions, search and rescue missions. As part of the auxiliary of the Air Force, we do about, I think it's like 90% of the search and rescue missions for the United States through the Civil Air Patrol, and that's done by senior members.
And what are your career goals for Civil Air Patrol as a senior member?
My career goals are pretty simple. Bring up the best cadets that we can in the state of Maine, and while I'm doing that, learning more things about public affairs, emergency services, volunteer service, and bringing that kind of knowledge into my own workplace, just using the skills that I learned there in other aspects of my life.
And finally, what would you say to adults and in terms of why they should choose to be a part of the Civil Air Patrol rather than other programs that they could join?
And Civil Air Patrol gives you many opportunities to work with your communities. So we're all about volunteer service. So going on food drives and supporting the Marine Corps Band and doing training missions every month. You get out, you're with the community. We do this big thing with Wreaths Across America. We do have Color Guard, so they can work with cadets, they can work with other senior members, they can work with volunteer service. There is no one thing that says, oh, you're with the Civil Air Patrol, well, this is all you do. With the Civil Air Patrol, you can do anything you want to do.
So how old do you have to be to become a senior member?
So Civil Air Patrol has this weird senior member cadet kind of things. Cadets are anybody ages 12 to 21, as long as they join by the time they're 18. They're 12 to 21. Senior members can join if they're over the age of 18, they're a senior member. So it's 18 to whenever you don't want to do it anymore or you're not cognitively able to do it anymore. So most people are 21 and older because you stay in the cadet program kind of as long as you can and get those ranks and become cadet commanders and lead encampments and everything that they can as cadets. And then senior members are that sort of adult version, 21 and older usually, but as young as 18.